started to ask myself, well, what would I do if I did have the money? What would I do if I did have that many clients in that program? What would I do if I did have my own house? How would I feel? And I started to live there now. Most people get caught up in this idea that, well, I don't have the money yet, therefore I can't go look for the house. No, 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 that's not how it works. Money comes after you make the decision, move in the assumption of, and then actually need the money. Welcome back to Rise Radio. I'm so grateful and excited that you're here. My name is Jocelyn, and we're doing something a little different this time. We are streaming video as well, which is so exciting. So I will say that this might not be the case for every episode moving forward, but I'm going to do my best to stay consistent with video. My background's going to change a lot because we are literally leaving in 2 days for travels, and that's really exciting. But here we are, changing it up a little bit. So, if you are new to the podcast, or if you've been around a little while, this is exciting. We talk about all things that I'm obsessed with: manifestation, spirituality, money, wealth consciousness, freedom, creating a life that you love, that most people will only ever dream of, those sorts of things. And I like to keep it super casual, like we're sitting down for a cup of tea, and relatively unedited as well. So I'm going to do my best here. Unless there's something big to cut out, it is going to be raw and real because I personally believe that that's what the world needs more of. So, on this episode, I want to share a story about how I quantum leapt my financial life very recently, because I don't teach just through concept or regurgitated information, right? That a lot of people do. I teach through my own embodiment, my own like real life wisdom and experience of going through the thing. That's how I lead and how I teach everything. So, not too long ago, I was in a situation where I was feeling limited. Okay. I was feeling the 3D world felt really real, and we know that it's not. This reality that we're living right now is a physical manifestation of our past thoughts, beliefs, and actions. That's what it is. And so, in that moment, it was probably about 5 months ago now, maybe 6 months ago, I was feeling a little bit like, oh, I want to go, I want to go bigger. I want to experience more. I want my bank account, at least three, four, five more zeros in there. I want something bigger going on right now. And I was looking around at my reality and I was letting it affect me. So what do I mean by that? I was reacting to what was currently happening around me, the people around me, the numbers around me, right? The results in my business, the clients I was working with at that time, what was happening around me. I was allowing it to affect me. And as a result, what was happening? I was creating the same results. This is why I always say doing more is not the answer, right? I could have told myself a story of, okay, I'll just keep staying consistent. I'll keep showing up. I'll keep checking the boxes and continue to go through the motions every day. And then one day I'll be able to do this thing. Okay. For me in that moment, it was get my own house with my kids. Okay. So there was also a few other things going on. Like I had my eyes on this really beautiful school for the kids. It's a private school. It is like absolutely gorgeous, project-based, community-based school. And at the time, they had been home with me for majority of their lives. They've gone to other little community schools, and I started a couple schools, did a couple co-ops, those sorts of things. But for the majority of the time, they were with me. And I was like, well, all things are possible. I want them to go there because that's what they want to do as well. And so in that moment, I had these kind of like this list of things I wanted to do, things I wanted to experience, activities I wanted to put the kids in, situations, traveling I wanted to do, things that I wanted to do. And when I was looking at the list and like adding up the numbers, getting into the logical mind, I was feeling a certain way. And I'm sharing this like this because I know it's relatable. Okay. So when we look at that and we come at it from that perception of, okay, this is what I want, this is what I have right now, there is a gap. And we make it mean I can't. I can't put my kids in school because the money's not here yet, right? I can't go on that trip because the money's not here yet. I can't get my own house because the money's not here yet. This is where most people get caught up. And if you've ever felt this way, you know exactly what I mean. And it feels annoying, right? It feels frustrating. It feels heavy. And it feels like, we end up saying things like, God, if I just had the money, I just need this to work. Why isn't this working? Right? Where are the people? What do I need to do? Maybe I can get another job. Maybe I can figure this out. What else can I do to make this money? Okay. That energy, that frequency, how does it feel? Not only is it exhausting as fuck, right? It's draining, it's heavy. It's also like repulsive. That's the word that comes to mind. It's repulsive. Because when we're in the needing energy of something, when we're like, I need this to work, we're selling something and we're like, I need 5 people in this thing right now because I need to do this thing. I have bills to pay. I have this thing I want to do. I need this. I need this to work. What happens as a result of needing something? Because we live in a vibrational universe, like attracts like, it's the law of vibration, law of attraction, right? We get more opportunities to feel that needing energy. So maybe that means that we receive an unexpected bill, right? Something happens with the car, the freaking dishwasher breaks. Something happens to keep us in that vibration. So what I did was I actually caught myself, right? I caught myself. I was like, hold up. I've been here before. And I know this feeling. I know exactly what I'm doing. Like, this is exactly the work that I work on with my clients. Okay. I caught myself and I said, nope. I know that these results, these numbers, where I am right now, this situation is not actually real. And that might sound like I'm a little bit insane, but stay with me. It's not actually real because reality is nothing more than our own unique beliefs and perceptions and assumptions. Okay. We create our reality through what we assume and what we have previously experienced through our assumptions, right? So, knowing that I created that situation, that moment in time where I created it. And I, from there, made a decision to stop creating it and move differently. So instead of forcing myself to figure out a way or, like work harder and get a job and do all these like external masculine action pieces, I actually went inside and said, all right, what would I do if I had the money? How would I feel if I was already living in my own house, providing for me and my kids, with my kids in this school, community school that they really want to go to? How would I feel if my business was already making that amount of money? How would I feel? Who would I be? What would I think? What beliefs would I hold? And what moves would I make? And then guess what I did? I made the fucking moves. I made the moves. Okay, so the first step was to claim it. I am getting my own house. I'm going to go. And then what I did is I went and I looked for a house. It seems like ridiculous, but most people get caught up in this idea that, well, I don't have the money yet, therefore I can't go look for the house. No, no, no. That's not how it works. The money comes after you make the decision, move in the assumption of, and then actually need the money. Because remember when I told you I was writing out that list of like, I want to travel here, I want this, and then you add it all up and you're like, oh my God, I don't have that money. And then you try to figure it out. Okay, if I sell this many spots and this offer and this and this, and then, and you try to figure it out to try to make it work. And then you go to try to sell that from that energy. It's not going to work. It's exhausting, takes a long time, and it takes a lot of effort. And it's actually repulsive. That's where a lot of people end up staying, is in that I got to figure it out. The money's not here yet. I got to work harder. I'm going to make a 5-year plan and then I'm going to do the thing, right? They reverse engineer it and then they try to take one step and one step and one step and one step. And then they go and ask people around them for advice. No, okay, that's not what you do. That's not what I did. All right, so what I did is I actually stopped looking at those numbers and I reminded myself that I always have everything I need. Today, I'm good. That's where I came back to. And so if you are somebody who currently feels like you are quote unquote struggling financially, I want you to stop with that. It's actually a big fat lie that is keeping you looping in what I call the poverty pattern. And I want you to just look around and I want you to see, holy shit, I'm good. I'm good right now. I'm good. I got clothes on my body. I got a roof over my head. I've got shoes on my feet. Doesn't matter what my bank account does or doesn't have inside of it. I've got enough food for today. I've got everything I need today. Would I love more? Absolutely, I would. But right now, I'm going to remember that I am good. Today, I'm good. All right. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be good too. That's what helped me to get out of that feeling and that frequency of lack and needing and move into a frequency of gratitude. Because gratitude is actually going to be the thing that welcomes in more. And so when you fully convince yourself that you're good and tomorrow you're going to be good too, and you always have everything you need, the universe has got your back, you always are given exactly what you can hold, all of those things, then what's going to happen is you're going to start to change your point of attraction. Your point of attraction is going to change significantly just by coming back to that truth. I am good. I have everything I need. And tomorrow I'm going to be good too. And if you can continue to practice that, staying in the present moment, not only are you going to change your point of attraction, but you're also going to feel 100 times better. And feeling is the secret. Feeling shows you your point of attraction. So if you're feeling stressed out, like I was, in that moment of, oh my gosh, I've got so many things I want to do and so many, like, I feel like I'm a little bit, whatever, trapped in some way or limited in some way. What is that attracting in more of? That. So when you move from that into I'm good, you actually drastically change your point of attraction. And then from there, you take different action. So, like I mentioned, I started to ask myself, well, what would I do if I did have the money? What would I do if I did have that many clients in that program? What would I do if I did have my own house? How would I feel? And I started to live there now. We have this beautiful gift called our imagination. As human beings, we are, as far as we know, the only creatures that are living on this planet with this incredible ability to create anything in our imagination. And the beautiful thing as creative spiritual beings is we actually get to bring whatever we can experience in our imagination into our 3D physical world. Wild, right? I know. However, once I started to make those moves, guess what happened? The money came, the clients showed up. Because the truth is that the how is not up to us. Okay. Like attracts like. Vibration is the key. How am I feeling? And how would I feel if that was already done? The more we can live there now, the more we are going to attract everything we need to make it real in this 3D physical world. The problem that I see with a lot of people is they will, they'll make a move and they'll try to convince themselves that it's already done, and they'll stay in that vibration for, a little bit of time, maybe a day, maybe 2 days. And then they'll go back and they'll look around. They'll open up the bank app and they'll say, "Oh, no, the clients aren't here yet. No, the thing's not happening yet. No, I still don't, blah, blah, blah. Nothing's happening." That's actually the equivalent of going and planting a seed in your garden and then watering it and then waiting 2 days and then going and digging it up and saying, "Why aren't you growing yet? It's not growing. It's dead. It must be done." It's like, no, it doesn't work. The store sold me fake seeds. That's it. Because the more you can stay in that vibration of I am, the quicker you're going to be attracting that reality into your reality. And you'll be surprised at how fast it happens. So, in a matter of 30 days, I went from feeling that way, limited, stuck, kind of frustrated, to living in my own house, providing for my kids, and a sweet house. My kids were in the school. And it didn't happen by accident. It happened because I was very intentional and I was working with the law of infinite supply. Because the truth is that there is an infinite supply of everything we desire. We just need to create the demand for it. And we create the demand through our thinking, through our own assumptions. So right now, I want you to ask yourself, what am I creating the demand for? Right now, because you have the ability to create the demand for more. But most people are just creating the demand for more of what they already have. So you've normalized your reality right now. Chances are you are manifesting more of what you already have until you become aware of the patterns, the thoughts, the beliefs, and the way you feel. And then ask yourself, what do I want? And how is that going to feel? And move that way now, not much is going to change, right? If you don't do that. And when you do that, what happens is you collapse time. And this is really exciting and this is really powerful. This is the work we do in my world. And so if you love this and you know that you are ready to jump from wherever you are right now into a brand new reality, let me help you. I'm here to support you. Starting in a couple days, we have a brand new 6-month experience called Sovereign Millionaire starting live. This is the first cohort of this program, and I'm so excited to say that there are only 4 more founders positions for this experience. So I am not in any way claiming that this is me teaching you how to be a millionaire. Okay, that would be totally not authentic to where I am and who I am right now. This is a beautiful invitation to link arms with me and a small group of other women who are deeply committed to becoming their best selves, the sovereign millionaire version of themselves within this 6-month period. Okay, so am I saying that you're going to be a millionaire in this space? If all things are possible, who knows, right? So if you are done waiting and taking incremental steps towards the life you know you're here to live, and you're ready to develop such a clear idea of where you're going and how it feels, and then take action towards that every single day together, this is the space for you. So we will have, as a founder, you will get access into cohort 1 and cohort 2 of the live teachings. So I'm going to be taking you through what I am doing in my life to move towards this common goal that we all have, to be a sovereign millionaire. If you have questions, reach out to me on Instagram. Is probably the best way to do so. The link is in the description below. If you want to book a call with me, you're also welcome to do that. Just reach out on Instagram and we can get that set up. If you have questions, or if you want to just talk about whether or not Sovereign Millionaire is the best fit for where you are right now in your journey. I'm so grateful for you. Go have the best day ever, and we'll see you in my DMs or on the next episode.